So we're back at Demolition Ranch today. Today we're sheeting this building. We're gonna show you how to get perfectly straight lines on your screw line. First thing you do is you have to stack your sheets. All of them, all the ones you're gonna use. All right? Step number 2 is you have to measure from your tin lug right here to the center of this angle. Mine is 1/4 inch because you don't want these sheets touching the concrete. That's not good. But anyway, you get a measurement from here to here, then you get a measurement from here to here, and then another measurement up to that other purlin, and then another measurement to the very top. Then you transfer your measurements to the sheets. Right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. That's what he's doing. He's marking all these. And then what they're gonna do, they're gonna drill all these sheets stacked together. And then when they're done, they're gonna put them on the building, and all the screws are gonna be perfectly in line. It's really that easy. Now, I know we're gonna drill them. I know I'm gonna hear about it in the comments that we're not supposed to be drilling them, but it works. It's fine. It ain't gonna void your warranty. And if you're worried, call your supplier and ask them if that's gonna void your warranty. Anyway, that's what we're gonna do today. All right, so here's all the screw holes. Got them all drilled, and like I said, these all line up perfectly with each other. So when they're put on the building, all the screw lines are gonna be perfectly straight. All right, so this is the first sheet. They got it on the wall, and they let this one stick out 1 inch past the corner. Okay, and then the other one's gonna come in this way. All right, and then we're gonna have a corner trim right here, like this. We'll show you all that. So obviously on your first panel, you wanna make sure it's perfectly plumb. Everything lines up, and start putting it on. You leaving?
I'm out.
You can't get out. So trucking away.
Can't get out. Never challenge me.
Well, these guys are busy, so I don't think they can move the truck right now, man. So you're gonna have to stay for another hour or so.
I don't wait on anybody.
There's no way. So he thinks it's gonna get out that way. Crazy son of a gun did it. I guess we don't have to move the truck after all. All right, so they got the first panel on the wall. Another question I get a lot is, how do we seal these buildings? Well, this is called a foam closure. It's just a mirror image of the shape of the panel. And before they put the screws in, they put it in. And you can tell it seals it really well. The foam closure is sandwiched between the panel and the base angle, and it's not going anywhere. Alright, so they're cutting the sheets as they go, and they're using a nibbler to do that. So after they're done, they clean it off with a brush, because the nibbler leaves a lot of little shavings behind. And now they install the closure, just like they did on the bottom. Alright, so we have the walk door in place. You can see there's a door right here, has a purlin on this side, purlin over here, and one across the top, and of course now they're welding everything in place. Overhead door goes right there, and of course window here and window there. They already have 2 walls that are sheeted, and they're gonna start working on that wall and then this one. Won't be long, we'll have it all closed up. All right, so this is the corner trim. We are using black trim on this build. Gray walls, black trim. This is what the black corner trim looks against the gray walls. And of course, this is gonna be the tank that's gonna go right here. All right, so we are trimming this window. They're using a head trim on the bottom. They're gonna put 2 head trims on the side, and then they're gonna put another head trim up there. Let me show you this corner trim detail. So again, you can see they have a corner trim right here. It goes all the way up, but these are 2 different walls. This is the main wall, and then this is the skirting. Okay. So what they do to butt up the skirting to the corner trim, they put a head trim, and then they can butt up against it. They cut around this purlin right here, bottom and top, and then they installed this trim that goes under the purlin, and then they put a similar to a head trim over here. It's almost like a jam trim, but it just has a way smaller leg on this side right here. Not like the head trim. The head trim is it's about 1 inch. This one's only about 3/8 of an inch. So it just looks a lot cleaner. You can see it a lot better right here. This small trim on top right here. They call it an S trim, and then the one on the bottom, it's simply a just a U trim, just shape of a U. And the reason they didn't finish it all the way is because what they're going to do, they're actually going to cut the corner here, and they're going to use one piece all the way here, bend it to here, so that way they have a smooth transition right at the corner. All right, now they're installing the gutter. This is what's called a hang-on gutter. It literally just hangs onto the roof. This is how the gutter is attached. The lip underneath is put right up against the roof, and you drive the screw through, and that catches the gutter. So notice the screws that we are using. These are sack screws, lifetime screws. The washer is not exposed. This umbrella head protects the washer from ever being exposed to the elements, so you don't ever have to worry about replacing these screws down the road or having a screw leak on you. All right, now that they installed the gutter, now they have to install these braces to stiffen it up. All right, so let me show you what we have so far. The roof is on, the skirting is on here and there. We have walls everywhere except for this side wall and that wall. So we still have to do that. They're installing the gutters on the other side. I will show you that. We still have to do the rake trim. That's the trim that goes here, but they have to install the gutters first. And if you would notice, the gutter is sticking out past the end cap. That's so that it can meet up to the rake trim. So here they're installing the gutter, and the gutter is going to stick out past the back as well, so we can hook up the downspout for the rain collection system. All right, so there's the gutter. The downspout's going to be here. So the downspout's going to go down, then it's going to go this way, then it's going to hug the roof, and then it's going to go out this way, and it's going to go on top of that water. That water tank is going to be right there. So it's not going to go all the way over here. So same with the wall panels. Because the panels are not flat, you end up with a airspace between the panel and the purlins. That's where the foam closures come in. So
So they haven't installed all the screws yet. They install the foam closures in place. And once they put the screws in, these panels are going to be as airtight as possible. So this is what it looks like after the sheet metal has been screwed down. Foam closures. This is a D panel. This is an R panel. You can get foam closures for any type of panel that you want. Now something to keep in mind is they make inside closures and outside closures. Here we are using the inside closures. If you are doing a ridge cap or a rake trim or something similar to that, you're going to need the outside closure. So keep that in mind. All right, so now they're working on the partition wall. They're almost done. Said the windows and the doors, we have head trim. They cut these really, really snug against here, and then we're gonna caulk this head trim up there. And now, right now, they're working on the overhead door. All right, so this is what the screw lines look like when you pre-drill perfectly straight. Subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you guys next time. We are Texas Barndominiums.